Hi everyone, Linda B, Chakra Psychic here. Hey, I want to talk to you about OJ Simpson. As we know, he just died. And I have a story to tell you about him. Plus, I want to talk to you about what his chakra personality type was and his operating mode, because that will explain so much about him and why he did the things that he did or why he was the way he was. So, way back when Nicole and Ron Goldman were killed savagely, I felt sorry for OJ, thinking that he was also a victim, that his ex-wife, whom we all thought he still loved, had been savagely murdered. We had no idea that he was the one that did it. And I can vividly remember the day that I was driving and I was turning a corner. As I'm turning right on this corner, all of a sudden it hit me. My spirit guides hit me with this saying, he did it. OJ Simpson killed both of them. And I knew it in my DNA. It was so clear. I'm like shocked, right? I mean, OJ was so popular. He was a great athlete. He was in the TV commercials. He was in movies. He was hilarious. We really enjoyed him. Who would think that he would do something like this? So it was pretty devastating. And there were so many people that thought, no, he didn't do it because of those reasons. And then other people that just knew who else could have done it. So in the documentary, they're showing two officers that were there at that time and all the evidence they collected. There was so much evidence, every single piece of evidence leading back to OJ, everything. And how it turned out the way it did with him getting acquitted is just crazy. But, the LAPD had a long history of racist cops and, treating people poorly. So I'm sure that had a lot to do with it. And then Johnny Cochran, he was a good spin doctor himself. He was able to take things that were obvious and put a twist on them so that you thought, well, maybe it's not true. He was really good at that. But anyway, so let's talk about OJ's chakra personality type. Now, remember, your chakra personality type is how you view the world. This is your innate energy vibration. We have all the chakra personality types within us, but we have one. If you think about being in a room with 9 windows, there's one window in particular that's your viewpoint on life. And so his is the third chakra personality type. Now, these are the people that are storytellers. They're really great at motivating people through words. They know how to spin a story. Oftentimes, we know that they're exaggerating or that they're embellishing, but they're so entertaining that was like, yeah, tell us. We know. Go ahead and give it to us anyway. So these storytellers are a lot of fun. They can be a lot of fun to be around. But I have to tell you, their image is very important to them. If you make them look bad, watch out. They can become hostile. So the flip side of that charismatic, charming, wonderful storyteller is they can be very hostile, angry, and they can also be violent, as in the case with OJ Simpson. Um, so then his operating mode. So this is how you reinforce your viewpoint. And there's three ways you can be. The first one is he's a first chakra operating mode, and this is self-preserving. So you have somebody who wants to look good and they're self-preserving. That first chakra operating mode is also physical. They are competitive, they're for the sports, did really good in the sports and looked good doing it. And they want to carve a new path. So they want to be the first, they want to be the only, and that's all very important. So combine that with the image part, and he had it all going on. He had it. But then his wife, Nicole Simpson Brown, she was the second chakra personality type, which is the feminine energy. It's like the complement to the first chakra. And so she would want to be behind the person who's in the forefront, but also she has to be appreciated. She had the first chakra operating mode. So she had a portion of herself that was also self-preserving. And when she was really young, she got together with him. And I think after she found out how abusive he was, and she wanted to get out on her own and get away from that, that was that first chakra operating mode on her part that would want her to separate from him. And he couldn't have it. He could not have her making him look bad by not wanting to be with him. So when he showed up that day at her place and he found her and Ron there, he just was enraged. And maybe he already had it in mind that he was going to do this. He probably did, because earlier that evening, he was made to look bad in his eyes, right? And really, that's all that mattered to him. So OJ did it. Both people, he died. Bye-bye. And I have to tell you, he's got hell to pay with his life review. You know, we think that people get away with things. You really don't. When you have what did they call it? The trial of the century. And it was in 94 or something like that. The trial of the century for OJ. Everybody watched that on television. That's how we got this 24/7 news cycle, was because of that trial. Everybody watched it. We were glued to the TV. So anyway, he did it. He's got hell to pay with his life review. You may get away with things while you're here, but when you die, you have to go and experience everything that you did while you were here. If you made people feel good, guess what? You get to feel that. But if you made people feel bad, and if you did really, really nasty things while you were here, you have to go through and experience that. And we have an entire globe of people that were affected by this murder, this double murder. And so he's going to have to experience the way each and every one of us felt. Yeah. So you don't get away with anything, really. Maybe while you're here, but once you die, the the piper's coming to get you. You're going to be paying. That's why it's so important that while you're here, you discover who you are. You become the best person that you can be. And then you share your innate gifts and talents. And that's how you make the world a better place. It's really as simple as that. So I hope this helped. Write your comments down below. Please like and subscribe and share this with other people. Okay, you guys, I'll see you next time. Bye for now.